This isn't the type of message that I like making because it can be painful to think about these things, but I know there are many people out there who are struggling with heartbreak and heartache right now, and if this message can even help someone in some small way, then it will be worth it. I can't fix anyone's situation, but I'm going to speak some thoughts that maybe you might be able to hold on to in this video. I think one of the things as a Christian, a lot of the times people that can speak to you when you're going through something like this, there can be a lot of very unhelpful things, to be honest. And if you're someone that has been through heartbreak, I don't think there's anything more painful, nothing that I've experienced. Someone said that they would prefer if every bone in their body was broken than to go through the pain that they have in heartbreak. And if you're someone that has never been through it before, then there's no way to understand it. If you're someone that has, then you'll understand it perfectly. But I just want to speak into this a bit. I've been through this with a couple of serious relationships over the years that I've been a Christian, and the end of the relationship has centered around the situation with my health and what I've gone through. And without delving into all of that, it was incredibly hard on both occasions. And you're left in this place where you feel like your world is just crashing down. You feel like you are just crushed. You feel like you're in a room and the walls are closing in on you. You feel like everything's gone. Your present, your future, and it is so painful beyond description. And there's a reason for this. When you become attached to someone in that way and you love someone, you feel for them, you develop a certain brain chemistry, and when that relationship ends, the brain chemistry is actually like a drug withdrawal. It's going into all sorts of chaos. So it's not only just this emotional thing, but it's a neurological thing as well, and it's just so overwhelming that you just can't explain it. And I think a lot of times when you're going through this, you want to reach out to people. You know there's nothing that anyone can do, but you just want to reach out to people. And a lot of times people, they say things that aren't helpful, like things like, there's plenty of fish in the sea, or things like, well, this is part of God's will. You just need to trust God more. Time heals all wounds. All of these types of things, which some of them, there may be some truth to some of these things, but it's not particularly helpful in that moment. That's not what you want. You don't want Job's friends giving you advice, trying to fix something they can't fix. You just want someone there with you that maybe they've been through it and they understand. Those are the types of people I've found are the most empathetic and helpful. But you just want people that are prepared to sit there and listen to you, even if it's you just blurting out the same things over and over again as you're trying to process it. And it is a journey. It does take time. And if you can find friends like this, it's just so helpful. It doesn't fix the problem, but you can at least feel less alone and have someone walking the journey with you. What I want to also say at this point is that, of course, this can also apply to someone who is suffering from heartbreak and grief because they've lost a loved one through their passing on. I see this heart in God in the Bible. Some beautiful passages. Psalm 88 is a psalm which usually you'll see the psalms, they'll start with a bit of a problem or a lament, and then it'll come to a praise and a hopeful ending. In Psalm 88 it doesn't. It actually finishes with, my companions have become darkness, or darkness is my only friend, depending on the translation. That's it. And I love that psalm, because that's how you feel when you're in a situation like that. You are hurting so much and you don't see anything else. And I love God's heart. He's saying that it's okay for you to come before him like that. It's okay for you to come before him without the answers, without even being able to see anything beyond anything, but just looking to him in spite of that. I love that, because sometimes we're in that place and God allows us to be in that place. It's okay. God's heart is, he wants you to just come before him and to rest in his love, because there's times when you can feel unworthy. You can feel like, well, why did this end? I don't want this to end. You're thinking all sorts of things. This person's going on with their life. Maybe they've moved on with someone else. Am I not worthy enough? You start to feel all of these things with all of this brain chemistry that's happening, and God just wants you to come to him in that time and just say, it's okay, you can pour this out before me. And in 1 Peter 5:7, cast your anxieties on him because he cares for you. Psalm 39:7 says, for what do I wait, O Lord? My hope is in you. You don't even know what you're waiting for, but your hope is in him. You don't want to forget about that person. It's hard to let them go. It's hard to think about a future without them. But at the same time, you want to be able to move on. You just feel so trapped in that place. Psalm 56:8 is so beautiful that he keeps our tears in his bottle. Isn't that amazing? He's counting every tear, putting them in the bottle, and he knows that they're there. It says that he knows our wanderings. He knows all of that. So beautiful, the heart of God. So I just want to say to you, if you're going through this, if you're feeling these emotions, if you're feeling overwhelmed, you don't even have to try to fix them. You can rest in God with them. That's what he's calling you to do. And you're not less, you're not pathetic, you're not weak because you're hurting. In fact, the fact that you are hurting says something about you. It says that you really care. And that's a good thing, even if it's a painful thing. And what it is also to be able to admit these things and bring them before God is an act of humility. It's saying, God, you know what? I don't have all the answers. I don't have it all together. And it's actually an act of faith and dependence coming before him. Even when you don't feel like you want to do that or you can do that, you still choose to do it. It's an act of faith, because that's what faith is. It's not determined by our emotions. So I just want to put these things before you, just to know the heart of God, that you can come before him, that your worth and your identity is not in what you've lost or what you don't have or what your future may not hold, but it's in who you are in him. And that doesn't change regardless of what you've gone through. That doesn't change regardless of what anyone else thinks of you. You are who you are in Christ, and he loves you. He cares for you unconditionally. And you might be thinking to yourself, how could that person have left me? Or, it wasn't my fault. How could that have happened? How could this situation? Why am I in this place? Why do I feel so alone? Why this? Why that? All of those things. But what you can know is that God has never left you, and God never will leave you. And as you press into him, I pray that you would have a greater revelation of that right now. You would feel his unconditional love, which is a love that no one else can give you. There's people in your life that will stand by you, but at the end of the day, anything can change at any time, but the one thing that remains the same is God and his love for you. So, I'd been through it before, the first time with the end of an engagement, and I thought I would never be able to feel the same way again for someone. It was impossible, and it took me a long time to heal, but I did find someone else that I felt the same way about, and that really opened my eyes. I went through another heartbreak because of the persistent situation with my health situation, and some difficulties with that particular situation, even though we both wanted it to work. And you know what? It's devastating, but I know that there is a future for me. There is a hope for me. There is a present for me, even if it's not exactly what I want. My future is in God's hands. I don't know what my future holds, but I know the one who holds my future. So hold on to the one who holds your future. I hope that this was helpful. I can't fix your situation. I wish I could. I desperately wish I could. If you're going through that pain, I know what that's like, and I just want to tell you I care about you, and it's okay to be where you are right now. Just keep coming before God as much as you can. Be honest with him, and just allow him to be there with you in it. Leave your comments below, and I'll talk to you soon. God bless you, friends.